Alright guys, we're going to do some news. I'm waiting for Star Citizen to be announced, but while I wait, let's do some news. So some of you may have not heard, Arizona is doing its audit. And it's weird because the Democrats are literally fighting tooth and nail to stop the audit from happening. Now, the question I have to ask this, right, is if you were doing an audit and everything was on above board, would you want to stop it? Or would you fight tooth and nail if it wasn't above board? Simple question, right? At the end of the day, to me, it's very telling the Democrats are literally throwing everything at this to try and stop it, including the kitchen sink. But we have some good news. The Arizona audit is still going ahead and is expected to be completed by the deadline. So the election audit in Mosquito County in Arizona is charging full steam ahead despite outside attempts to stop it. The chair of the Arizona Republican Party has asserted the recount will expose dishonesty in the 2020 election. During the interview on Thursday, Dr. Kelly Ward said that she expects the full forensic audit to find irregularities, mistakes, and outright, you know what. This comes as officials and election workers are inspecting at least 2.1 million Mapa County ballots for potential cheating. Now, Dr. Ward added at least 1,000 ballots were inspected just this week, and the audit will move forward despite Democratic pushback. Like I said, why would they want to push back against it if they thought the event was on the up and up? Meanwhile, former Arizona Secretary of State Ken Bennett said the audit of the 2020 elections in his state will be completed before the deadline. He asserts they are making improvements every day. Bennett, who's now the director of the 2020 fraud audit, told reporters Thursday that all 2020 ballots and voting machines will be fully examined by March 14th. The state Senate has a Coliseum arena reserved until then. Bennett also said the auditors have found potential suspicious activity among the ballots. We opened a box of ballots and found that they had been counted down several inches. We opened a box of ballots and after they counted down several inches, all of a sudden there were a bunch of papers in there that had voters' names and addresses on it, he explained. So when we found something in the boxes that was voter identifiable data, we secured it and separated it. Democrat officials challenged the audit in the courts in hope to run the clock out and force auditors to vacate the premises before the work is done. But an Arizona court rejected the Democrats' bid to halt the audit on Wednesday. In the meantime, a former special assistant to President Trump claimed a freight train of election audits are coming. On Thursday, Boris Epshteyn accused the mainstream media, Democrats and Republicans in name only, of trying to discredit the ongoing forensic audit. Epshteyn, I don't know how to pronounce that name, said critics fear the audit will reveal fraud and turn and prompt more states to commence their own audits, which is exactly what I said literally a couple of days ago. Once you've got this one, and if you prove fraud here, then it's a lot easier for other people to go through and start doing their own audits. Once the audit is done in Arizona, and it shows what is to be expected, it shows even a small fraction of the magnitude of error that we've been talking about, the freight train of audit is going down the way. He said that it's on the train to Georgia, and that's why you have this hearing in Cook County today, and there is going to be more and more. Efren added that number of audits will grow as Democrats continue to lose in court and rhinos fail to stop the audits administratively. At the end of the day, okay, my point is this. If there is nothing wrong with the tally for the election, if everything that happened in the election was on the up and up, you should have no problems with the audit. When they were going to go through and do the 2016 Russia investigation into Trump, I actually pushed for it. I said it was fine. I said it was a good thing. Because if they go through and find nothing, then at the end of the day, it's all in the clear. Now, obviously, once they found nothing, they then continued to lie and keep saying they did. But regardless, there was nothing found. The only thing they found is that people brought Facebook ads. I brought Facebook ads. Did I meddle in the election? Or what about Sticks, Hex and Hammer? Or Young Turks? Or anybody like that? Did they meddle in the election by buying Facebook ads? So at the end of the day, I'm always being for transparency. I've always said, at the end of the day, if there is no reason to resist the election, if you want transparent results. Here's the thing. If you go through and you do this and you find out that there is absolutely nothing wrong, guess what? You got your proof that the election was right. At the end of the day, you can sit there and say the audits found nothing. Trump is legitimately being defeated by Biden. And we'd all probably roll in our grave if that ever happened. But at the end of the day, can you imagine Biden actually winning against Trump? But what I was going to say, but at the end of the day, like you go through and if you don't believe the election is fair, if you have a problem with the election, or you think there was some funny business going on, then you would be upset about an audit, which is what the Democrats are doing. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. We did talk about this a few days ago. Someone said that if it was found to be fraudulent, then basically, as far as I know, everything Biden has done becomes undone. And someone said the federal police go in, march in, and escort him out, and then Trump would take office. But it's already been 6 months. Does he get another 6 months? I don't know. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. 3 videos today, 2 more coming up right after this. We're going to talk about the families of Michael Brown, and we're also going to talk about Antifa. Apart from that, guys, have a great night. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you in the other videos, and enjoy.